We believe that having all the money is considered success and that's what we tie our worth to, but that can be taken from you at any point. Having soft skills and being well-rounded and having emotional intelligence, this cannot be taken from you. You realize just how much of a superpower it is to be feminine, and that's not just in dating and relationships, that's in all areas of your life. This is for yourself. This is something that you should want to do for you. Hello my love, welcome back to the channel. I'm Montelle, your lifestyle coach, and in today's video we are talking about reinventing ourselves to be more feminine. This is a topic that I've briefly touched on one of my old videos, which was about signs that you're in survival mode. And the topic of femininity is something that I have wanted to bring to the channel for so long, but I've almost avoided because I know it's become such a trend and a buzzword and everyone is kind of jumping on the bandwagon. So I didn't want it to just come across as another femininity video, and I didn't want it to be dismissed. So I held back from creating any content on the topic, and as time goes by, as I'm learning more, I feel so compelled to bring this information to my channel, and I'm actually really glad that it's become a trend and the topic is becoming more of a discussion, especially in my community, the Black community. I'm just glad to see that these discussions are becoming more open and it's raising that awareness. So I just think it's ridiculous for me to not also speak on the topic and share my personal experience and what I've learned. Over the past couple of years, I've definitely been on my own journey to becoming more feminine and really embracing the femininity within myself as a woman. Our newer generations have been fed so many wrong truths about what it looks like to be successful as a woman. And I do appreciate feminism, the movement, and what it stands for. However, my personal opinion is society and the media has forced us to believe that wanting to embrace our femininity is a weakness, and in actual fact it's more of a superpower. And when you really start doing the work and the research into femininity and going on your own inner work journey, you realize just how much of a superpower it is to be feminine. And that's not just in dating and relationships, that's in all areas of your life. Your career, your business, your family life, your other relationships outside of a sexual relationship or a romantic relationship, sorry. So this needs to be discussed, and it's something I will definitely be bringing on my channel. And just a disclaimer, I'm of course sharing my experience as a heterosexual woman, cisgendered woman as well. So please don't be offended. I'm not trying to offend you with any of the words or the language that I may use. I'm just sharing my experience and the journey that I'm currently on in hopes to inspire women out there who also need to go on this journey themselves. So as I've mentioned, I've briefly touched on this topic before, and if you've been following me for a while, you may know my story of how my upbringing, my childhood, and how I was very much in victim mentality, and then I broke free from that. I worked on my personal development, and then I became super independent, and I prided myself on my independence and being this boss woman and doing everything myself, and I honestly thought that was success, and to a point it is, and back then it was. So I'm not wanting to invalidate my experience and my emotions at that time. However, now I'm on a new journey of rediscovering myself, my identity, and my femininity. I'm realizing that is not my version of success, and that is not what I aspired to be. My ideas of what it means to be a successful woman has completely changed. So my own journey back to femininity officially started last year. Before that, I truly believed I was feminine because I just thought femininity meant looking good, smelling good, being attractive, having nice makeup, all of those girly things, always having your nails done. I thought that was femininity, and from the outlook, that's what we see and that's what we think it is, especially on social media. Even before social media times, looking back to magazines, you'll see these beautiful women and you think that is what encompasses being a feminine woman. So I thought I was feminine. I thought I already had that down. And it wasn't until I was having a conversation with my partner and he mentioned something to me about him wanting me to be more feminine. And that was just so confusing to me at the time, because I thought I was being feminine. But prior to this, I knew that there were things that I needed to work on within myself. And I knew that in a lot of ways I was in victim mentality, I was in survival mode, I was still stuck on being independent, even whilst in a relationship. I knew that I was holding back in a lot of ways in my relationship with my partner and even with others. But I didn't know that this was down to an imbalance in my feminine and my masculine energy. So for so long, I was operating in my masculine energy. And this was a result of past experiences that I've had, which led me to becoming independent and to be completely fending for myself. That's something I used to always say. I'm independent, I was fending for myself, I had everything down, I was paying my bills. So that is a very masculine approach to life. And that's what I had to do, because I was in survival mode. I was fending for myself. So for so long, I was just stuck in that masculine energy. So as I evolved and as I welcomed new experiences, such as a relationship which is healthy, I no longer had to be this masculine person, but I was holding on to that. So it was an imbalance. And I didn't know what it was at the time. That last year I had no clue, and that's how I was operating. So of course, me being me, I went to YouTube University, typed in feminine versus masculine energy, and from there I just immersed myself in content, learning more about it. And I came across some really inspirational teachers on YouTube and content, and I was watching hour-long seminars and just really learning as much as I can. And that is definitely something that transformed my life. It was almost instantaneous that it clicked for me, and I realized, wow, this is it. This is what's been my experience. This is what I need to work on. So that's really when my journey started. And from there, I'm just constantly learning more and improving myself. And it's showing in so many areas in my life, in my relationship, with my creativity, with my business, with family, with friends. It shows in so many areas of life. So I really am making it my mission now to share it with as many women as possible. And like I say, I'm putting emphasis on my own community, the Black community, because we really need to hear this. We have been programmed for so long to believe we have to be the strong, independent woman. I really despise that term now, especially when you add Black to it. Strong, independent Black woman. That's what we're told to be. We're told to be it by our parents, our families, our partner, in workplaces. This is what is constantly drilled into our head. So when we finally reach that stage of becoming this strong, independent Black woman, we feel like that is now success, when in reality, it's not, and it makes us unhappy. So here are some of the things that I've personally... Let's try that again. Here are some of the things that I've personally learned and I've improved myself. And yeah, I want to share it with you to give you the awareness of how you can definitely change these certain patterns within yourself and become more feminine, more fun, more free, more relaxed, enjoy, live the soft life. We're doing it all this year. So let's get into it. So the first one, and I need you to listen to me loud and clear, because this is going to be one of the most important ones. And it's to be okay with accepting help from men. And this one is really all about respecting the masculine. So I know it's been so ingrained into us to believe that we have to do it all ourselves, be this strong, independent woman. We have to pay our bills, we have to make our money, we have to do everything ourselves. So when it comes to accepting help from men, even if it's the smallest thing, like allowing a man to hold you bags, we don't want to do it. We want to say, no, we're fine. And we're quick to reject the masculine, when in reality, what we need to be doing is embracing the masculine and embracing, I'm using a man for this example, of course, but embracing a man wanting to help, because they actually enjoy doing that. And it goes so deep. This topic go so deep, which is why inner work is so important. So if you haven't watched my most recent video about how to start your inner work journey, please go and watch that, because this is what's going to expose so much within you that you may need to work on. Because the reason you could be rejecting the help from a man is not just a set in stone thing. It's not just, okay, that's the reason. Because there's so many layers and we've had so many different experiences, we need to pinpoint exactly what that is within ourselves. So I know for me, the reason why I would reject help is because I didn't want to seem like a burden. That's something that came from my childhood. So by a man offering to help me in anything, it could be just holding my bags, I didn't want to be burdening myself onto him. I didn't want it to be an inconvenience. So I'd say, no, I'm okay, I'm good. Or it could be the fact that you don't trust men. Simple. There's so many reasons to why it is that you reject help from others. So it's for you to do your own inner work and work through this, and then get to a place where you are comfortable with accepting help. Because we all are talking about living this soft life, but we don't allow men to do the basic things for us, like hold our bags, fix things around the house, take us out. Why do we do this to ourselves? We could live an easy life. We could be living such a simple life if we accept help. And also, this is not just about your romantic partner. So if you're single listening to this, please don't think that I'm not talking to you, because I'm talking to you. I'm especially talking to you because when I was single, I made it hard for myself. We do this to ourselves. We don't allow men to basically be at our feet, our beck and call. Like, why not? Why not? So if you're single right now, let men open doors for you. Let them pay for your drinks. Let them just do things for you. If they want to do something and it's going to be a convenience to you, let them do it. And it goes back to the point I mentioned, that they enjoy doing that. They enjoy being in their masculine. They enjoy being that provider, being that alpha. And they want to give to you. So you need to be in a place of receiving. That's really what it gets down to. It gets down to being more receiving. And as I've mentioned, this is something that can really benefit you in so many areas of your life. You know, I actually do have an example of a time where I was receiving to the masculine, and this was in my workplace. And you know, it's actually so funny. I think I should do a full story time on this, because I still am, but I don't really have that many male friends now. But before, I did have quite a lot of platonic friendships with men. And at work, I would be the girl that was just always with the guys. So when I was at work and men was offering to do things like buy me drinks, make me cups of tea, whatever it was, I would accept and I'd leave it at that. I knew that, like, why not? Why would I not accept? And I think the reason I stopped doing that was because I noticed the reaction from other women. There was this one place that I worked, it was a night job that I had, so we was always working late outside, and there was a group of girls who did not like me. Ask me why they didn't like me, they couldn't give you an answer. They just didn't like me. And I just know it's because I, at the time, was probably coming across in my feminine energy. And this was even before me realizing, because I would accept things. I would let men buy me food. I mean, we're working late nights here. If you want to buy me some chips, then I'm going to let you do it. It was literally petty things like this. But I noticed the reaction from other women. And this was when I was really young. I was only like 19, 20. So I think I've unlocked something here, because I think that is the reason why I stopped, because I saw it as a negative thing. I saw it as, oh, like I'm being a gold digger or something. But no, it's not the case. You are not being a gold digger for allowing a man to do what he naturally wants to do. And there is also a feminine lifestyle coach on YouTube and Instagram. She's called 𝗕𝗿𝗻𝐿, and she shared a really powerful video, and I'll probably leave the video, I'll leave it in the description. She was basically at an award show, and all of these women were accepting awards for entrepreneurship, business, whatever. And as all of the women was going to accept their award, none of the men was standing up for them or helping them with anything. They was just just accepting the reward. So then when April went to accept her reward, what she did is she asked one of the men that was nearby to walk her up the stairs. Now, this wasn't a lot of stairs. There was 3 stairs, not steep, very shallow stairs. And she asked a man to walk her up. And you could see his reaction was shocked. But once he got over the initial shock, he was happy to do that. You could tell that he was like, wow, I feel honored to do that. Yes, I'm going to walk you up 3 sets of stairs. And then that formed a chain reaction. So after she did that, apparently she's saying that other men started to help women upstairs and open the doors for them and stuff. So you can see that men want to do this. It's just that as women, we haven't allowed them to do it. Be in your receiving mode. Allow men to do what they want to do, because it's going to make your life easier. And like I say, it really just boils down to respecting the masculine energy. And especially if you are in a relationship or you want to get into a relationship, you want to be married, you're going to need to respect your man's position in the house, in work, in life, with your children. You have to respect that he also has a role to play and you have a role to play. Now, of course, both men and women have masculine and feminine energies, but it's possible to have imbalances, and it's possible in men as well. There's men that are more feminine, but traditionally and more generally, men are masculine, women are feminine. That's how you create the perfect connection. If there's too much of one, too much masculine or too much feminine, it just ain't gonna work. So start receiving, start allowing men to do whatever they want to do. Of course, to a certain extent, we're not going to take it too far. So number 2 is to develop your soft skills. So soft skills are personal attributes that enable you to interact with somebody effectively and more harmoniously. So there are 7 key soft skills, and I've got them written down here, so I'm just going to go through them. So the first one is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is referred to the ability to recognize and manage your emotions and also the emotions of others. So this is definitely a journey I'm on as well, just raising my own emotional intelligence, because I know I'm someone who is highly emotional. And when you are developing yourself as a woman and becoming more feminine, you need to learn how to better manage your emotions, because that will help you to come across as more feminine. So we spoke a lot about victim mentality and being in survival mode. These are all things that can be avoided, or you can better maintain when you have emotional intelligence, when you're able to operate through your emotions and not see your feelings as facts. So that's the key one. The next one is team player attitude. So this can relate to obviously in work environments and in your career. Are you receptive to feedback? Are you receptive to feedback? Are you willing to work in a team? Are you willing to contribute? But not only in a workplace, this also can go into your relationships, into friendship environments, into networking, meeting new people. It's all just about, do you have the ability to work in a team and work in a unit? It's about breaking free from this Miss Independent mentality, because the human experience and life isn't meant to be done alone. So much of life, we rely on connection, human connection. So why we have this independent mentality, I don't know, because you want to have a partner, so you're not independent there. You are going to have children, so you're not independent there. In work environments, even as a solopreneur and entrepreneur, you still rely on others, you still rely on connections. So it's really about strengthening your team playing skills and being able to bring people together and create environments that do feel harmonious. The next one is having a growth mindset, which means that you're always open, willing to learn and evolve. You know that nothing is fixed. You don't use language like, oh, it's just the way it is, it's just the way I am. You know that there's always room for improvement. openness to feedback. So this is having the ability and the emotional intelligence to receive feedback and take action on it, and just have that humility as well, and not just be so stuck in your ways and stubborn even when you know that you're wrong. There's been so many times in my life where I've accepted feedback and I've worked on that, and it works in my favor every single time. What's the point in being stuck in your ways and not accepting feedback and not accepting opportunities to grow? Next one is adaptability. So this is just being able to adapt to different environments. So you're going to need this in so many areas of your life. When you are meeting new people, networking, there's going to be so many first times that you have. The first time meeting a new person, the first time at a new workplace, the first time having children, the first time meeting your in-laws. There's a first time for everything. So how easily are you able to adapt to new situations, or are you stuck in that comfortability of your current situation? Next one, so by the way, we're still on the soft skills here. So the next one is active listening. So it's really important to be able to listen before responding. I spoke on this in a recent video, which was about communication in relationships. So active listening, work ethic. What's your work ethic like? And yes, that's in your career, but also your ability to work in other areas of your life. And I've added a bonus one, which wasn't here, which is of communication, because that is also definitely a key to success in so many areas. And especially if you are reinventing yourself and developing within your feminine journey, you'll need to better communicate your own needs, your wants, your desires, and you'll need to be able to receive the communication from others as well, and that feedback. So they are all of the soft skills, and it really is important for you to be developing these skills as soon as possible, because it will support you with your feminine journey, and it will just work so much in your favor in life. Because what we've been told is to be a successful woman, you have to be hard-headed, you have to constantly be working, there's no time for relationships or friendships, you just have to be on the grind, and that's success. And making money is considered success, and having high-paying jobs is considered success. And whilst it is, that's not all that's to it. To be successful as a woman is to be well-rounded, is to have more to you than money, because men don't care about money. High-value men especially, they don't care about money. And I know the way this video is coming across is like I'm teaching you how to be feminine so that you can just attract a man, and part of it is, but that's just not all it's about. It's about also you understanding your own self-worth, because we've been told so many wrong truths about self-worth, success, and what it looks like, and we believe that having all the money is considered success, and that's what we tie our worth to. But that can be taken from you at any point. But you having soft skills and being well-rounded and having emotional intelligence, this cannot be taken from you. So you can rebuild yourself as a high-value feminine woman at any point. So we tie ourselves to the material, the money, the lifestyle, when really it's about what's going on inside. So that's the point of this video, and that's the point of soft skills. So then next we have paying attention to your body language. So your body language speaks for you before you even open your mouth. You do not have to say anything verbally. Your body language can say it all for you. And a lot of the times this works against us, and this is why we need to work on it. I know it's definitely worked against me. I know I'm someone where if I'm irritated, it shows on my face, and I find it so difficult to hide it. If I'm hungry, it definitely shows in my body language. I can barely hold a conversation because I'm so focused on eating. So I know that there's so many areas that I personally need to improve on as well. And some of the times we can go through life not even realizing that we have these certain tendencies that show and present for us, such as having a screw face. That's something that I used to always have, just like a resting bitch face, a moody face. And I'd always have the comeback of, oh, it's just my face. And yeah, it might just be your face, but it's working against you. So it's something that needs changing. So where you can, it's for you to recognize your body language and how you could be coming across. And I'm not saying that you have to change the person you are to please other people. It's just about recognizing that the way you come across can be so advantageous in your life in so many areas. So it's just about having a more softer and inviting approach to you. It's time to learn about being more open so that you can be more inviting to opportunities, to other people, because it will improve your lifestyle. For me, myself, I worked on just my face, just recognizing where I could potentially have more of a bitch face, and making an effort just to soften my face a bit by smiling. Add a little smile, add a little cute, you know. And then the same with just body language, just being more open and soft. Like, we don't always have to clench our wrists. I used to do this a lot as well, clench our wrists or our shoulders. Just relax a bit, because the more you relax, the easier it is for you to receive and look more receptive. Just 2 more left now. I know this video is getting long, but let's get through this. It's an important one. So the next one is to invest in your appearance. This is not just for the sake of a man or impressing a man, but this is for yourself. This is something that you should want to do for you. You should be taking pride in your appearance, and it works both ways. Men should also be taking pride in their appearance. I know that I really appreciate a man who takes pride in himself and how he comes across and his self-care. So it's the same for excuse me. So it's the same for us women. We should take pride in how we look and our appearance, and we should want to look more beautiful in ways. And that doesn't mean plastering ourselves in makeup or getting cosmetic surgery. It's just, how can we enhance ourselves and enhance our outer appearance? How can we dress better? How can we look better? How can we do our hair better? How can we take care of ourselves, both internally and externally? How can we eat better foods? Invest in yourself, because you only get one body, you only get one life. Health is not promised. So what can you do to make sure that you are preserving yourself in all ways? And it really is a shame that more recently it's kind of been looked down upon to want to look good and want to look beautiful and feel beautiful. I don't know why that is. I don't know where that's come from, but we should take pride in our appearance. There's nothing wrong with wanting to do that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a beautiful feminine woman. So don't let anyone tell you that there is something wrong with that, because you have every right to beautify yourself. And then the last one I'm going to share today, which is another important one, is to start a creative hobby. So feminine energy is all about creativity. It's about expression. It's about embodying the creative side. Oh my god, my camera's gonna die. I'll be right back. Hold that thought. Whew, we're back. You know it's a long video when your camera dies. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, creativity. Creativity is one of the highest forms of feminine energy, because it's all about the expression, the embodiment, the fun, the art of receiving, giving, and just enjoyment, the soft life. So having a creative hobby is so essential for you to get back into your feminine and learn to relax. We spend a lot of time building in our careers and money and the success that we want to see, that and all of the success that we want to see, that we rarely spend time on relaxing and doing things for the fun of it. So pick up a new hobby, whether that is learning new languages, cooking classes, art classes, photography. And I don't just mean taking pictures for the gram. I mean, you know, getting out there, landscape shots, portrait shots, skylines, just doing something different, something fun. Dance as well, and pole fitness, that's something I'm getting into. In fact, I've just basically told you all the things that I'm personally doing to increase my own creativity and my feminine energy, but they're just some of the examples. But there's so many things that you could do out there. Just try something new. Pottery classes, sewing classes, all of that cute stuff that you'd see your grandmothers do, or even the generation before that do. And it's things that we now look down on and think, oh, if we want to do that, then we're just weak. It's not the case. These are life skills that make us a more interesting person, interesting to be around others, interesting when we're looking for a partner, whether you're dating right now. It's a skill. It's life skills, and it just brings more uniqueness to you, because I've personally been in a relationship now for the past almost 2 years. And I remember at the start of the relationship, our key conversations was just about business and making money. And yeah, whilst that's great for a while and you think, yeah, we're on the same page, we're super successful and ambitious, it gets boring. Imagine going to work all day and then coming home and talking about work all night. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to add more value. You don't just want it to always be about career and success. You want to have other interesting facts about yourself. So yeah, go take out a new hobby, try something new, and let me know down in the comments if you do take out any new hobbies. I'd love to see what you're getting into. But yeah, so that is it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed. I know it was a long one, but a very necessary one on the journey of reinventing yourself as a feminine woman, because as I say, it's a superpower. And once you really start to do the research and the work on this journey, you'll realize how much it elevates your life in so many ways. And it's a journey we all need to go on, especially if we want to strengthen ourselves as individuals, strengthen ourselves in our family units, but then also as a community as a whole. And I'm speaking specifically to my Black community again, because this is one area, our Black women, we need to be back in our feminine so that we can be more receiving and so that we can create a stronger community for us all. Because the men, they want to do it, they want to be providers, but we're allowing them to be more feminine because we're now assuming the role as the strong one, as the masculine one, as the provider one. And there's nothing to say that that's wrong. And I know that everyone has different experiences and different choices in life, but I know for sure I'm someone who definitely wants to operate more from the feminine than the masculine. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. As always, give this video a like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.